It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Hey there everybody, and welcome back. So I'm really excited to be back in the cockpit with all you guys today, especially because we're going to be seeing a couple of new airports over my next couple of videos, as there's been a ton of releases since the last time we got to fly together, and I want to make sure that we are able to get around the world and see all the great new airports that have come out as of late. So to start that journey, we're actually going to be starting here on the west coast of the United States, here at the great new Taxi to Gate KSEA, or Seattle-Tacoma. That's up in Seattle, Washington. It's been a long time since we've had a good payware airport version of this airport, and I'm really excited to see this one come to fruition. Our plan is to fly on down to KSFO, which is actually on its way to getting a revamped version as well from Flight Beam here very soon, but we'll be flying into the old one. And then once we get there, we'll take a little break, and we'll do a turnaround and fly from KSFO all the way across the Pacific Ocean over to the brand new Fly Tampa YSSY, which is Sydney International Airport down in Australia. So it should be action-packed next couple of videos, and then afterwards we're planning on doing a couple of tutorials, everything from aircraft how-tos to some flight planning tips, etc. So stay tuned, and if there is anything that you guys would like to see a tutorial on, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know, and I'd be happy to share it with you or show you. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with our flight planning portion of the flight today, and we'll get on our way. Alright, so here we are in the cockpit of our beautiful 737-900, and it's the first flight of the day, so we're actually cold and dark. We got our jetway all hooked up here, and then we're going to go ahead and get the party started. So since we're cold and dark, first we're going to go ahead and start by connecting our ground power. So we're going to put on our GPU and then also our air conditioning unit, remove our pitot covers, and we will then turn on the battery and connect the ground power. So now the aircraft's alive. First thing we'll do is align the IRSs, and we'll go ahead and start fueling her up. So to check out our fuel, we're going to be looking at our flight plan here, which according to the flight plan, we are expected to be using 500 fuel burn on the ground with a takeoff weight of, a takeoff fuel amount of around 16,699. So if you add that up, that's what, 17,199. So we're gonna go ahead and call it 17 and 17 and a half is what we'll go ahead and put in as our fuel. So let's go ahead and go on over here. Fuel 17,500. Alright, and we'll go ahead and start aligning our IRS now. We'll go ahead and start programming our FSX now that our IRSs are aligned, and we will put on our emergency exit lights, our passenger seatbelt signs, and we will tell GSX to start boarding our passengers. So we'll just make sure that our doors are all opened up here. Alright, and then let's go ahead and start with our FMC. So grab our GPS location, and hold on, it's saying it wants me to open up the front door, which I thought we did. Let's see, sometimes it's finicky. Okay, cool. It looks like it's good to go. Alright, so back to our FMC here. So reference airport we know is KSEA. And you can't type in the gate, but you guys can see we're at gate November 10. Alright, let's go ahead and look at our route. Company route. Oops. Company route is going to be KSCA to KSFO. And we're expected to be taking runway 34 right. So we'll go ahead and throw 34 right in here. We'll activate that. Alright, now go ahead and go to our performance initialization page. So if we look at our zero fuel weight, it says we are supposed to be at 130861. So 130861. So 13. Zero. We'll call it 9. And then we'll say we're going to take on 2 reserves with a cost index according to our flight plan is 26, which I don't think is a real United cost index, but that's fine. We're going to be cruising at altitude. Looks like it's taking us up to altitude 350. So 350. Alright, looks good to me. And before we do anything with our takeoffs, we're going to go ahead and set up our departure and arrival. So our departure we know is going to be 34 right. And according to our flight plan, we're going to be taking Harrow 4 to the E-Rave transition. So Harrow 4 to the E-Rave. Alright, looks good to go. And now we can go ahead and set our CG, flaps 5, and our takeoff speeds. Alright, so looks good to me. So now that that's there, let's go ahead and finish up the rest of this. So yaw damper is going to go on. Go ahead and zoom out just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and turn on our window heat. Looks like our passengers are boarded. So we'll go on over here and we will button up those doors. And we'll wait for our baggage to finish up. Alright, we're going to be cruising at a flight level of 340. So we will go ahead and set this, I'm sorry, 350, we'll go ahead and set that. Let's do a quick sweep. We got our yaw dampers on. We'll go ahead and start with our APU now, turning on the forward left fuel pump. And go ahead and turn on our APU here. Go ahead and put on our position lights and wait to turn on our anti-collision lights, as we obviously are not ready to start the engines just yet. Packs looks good. Circulation fans look good, and the ISO valve looks good. So everything looks good so far. Alright. Wait for AP to fire up, and while we're waiting for that, we'll go ahead and set our altitude 350 over here. And we know that our V2 speed is going to be 154, so we'll set that as well. Alright, flight directors both come on, as well as our auto throttle being armed. Auto brake goes to RTO. And let's take a moment to listen to ATIS. Now, I'm not going to be using ATC throughout the flight. I really just use it to get to my runway and to get takeoff clearance. And after that, I pretty much turn it off.
Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha Airport information Delta 0653 Zulu weather wind 025 at 9 visibility 10 sky condition 8000 scattered temperature 192.9 altimeter 3006 advise on initial contact you have information Delta Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha Airport information Delta 0653 Zulu weather wind 025 at 9 visibility 10 sky condition 8000 scattered temperature 192.9 altimeter 3006 advise on initial contact you have information Delta Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha Airport information Delta 0653 Zulu weather wind 025 at 9 visibility 10 sky condition 8000 scattered temperature 192.9 altimeter 3006 advise on initial contact you have information Delta Kilo Sierra.
Alright, so 3006, we're going to be setting our altimeter for 006. Alright, sounds good. And I believe our baggage is also loaded now, so we'll go ahead and button up our baggage doors here. And alright, everything looks buttoned up, so we will go ahead and call for clearance now. And we'll get to taxiing. So we'll go ahead and pull back the jetway, and we will call for pushback and departure from GSX, as well as call for our taxi clearance as well. make the screen a little bit smaller for us. Alright, let's call for clearance. And we know we're expecting 3-4 right, so if we look at our chart, we'll see that from November 10, I believe 3-4 is going to be to our left. Let's take a little look-see here. So if we look at general and we look at AGC, see that, so this is the north satellite parking. November 10, I believe, sits right there smack dab in the middle of it almost. And we'll call for taxi IFR. So yeah, November 10 is right here, so we're going to want to be making our nose to the left. So we're going to be taking taxiway Bravo, which is going to be the taxiway right in front of us. And we're going to be heading on down to 3-4 right, which is the runway that we'll pretty much be looking at as soon as we get pushed back. So, alright. Let's call for GSX one more time. Push back in departure, and we'll do a nose left, tail right as we back out of the gate. Alright, so we'll go ahead and turn on our APU bus here, now that our APU is on, and we will unhook our ground connections. Set the parking brake. There we go. Alrighty, well, looks pretty good to me. And we're locking up the gear. So while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and test our TCAS.
Departure check completed. Flight has been inserted. Release parking brake.
So TCAS is good. Let's go ahead and turn on our anti-collision lights here. And we'll go ahead and turn on our fuel pumps. And I'll go ahead and turn on our generators now as well. Oh, I'm sorry, our hydraulic pumps. And, we do have fuel in the center, so we will turn it on, even though we're going to burn it almost as soon as we're done taxiing. So with that, let's go ahead and start the left engine. Waiting for our N2 to reach about 21. We'll turn her on. There we go. And we will watch her start. Oh yeah, but like I was saying earlier, we're not going to be using really ATC throughout the entire flight. We're really just going to use it to get to the runway and for takeoff. And then once we do that, we will switch back to pretty much just following our flight plan, because as you guys know, it tends to screw up SIDS and stars. So alright, left engine looks like it's a solid start. So switch this on over to the legs page, and we'll go ahead and start number 2. Alright, and number 2's online. So we'll watch her start. As you can see, there's a ton of Alaska Airlines traffic out here. Naturally, as we're Washington State. Alrighty, and number 2 looks like it's coming online just fine. Alright, looks good to me. So we'll go ahead and put on generators for the left and right engine. We'll go ahead and turn on our parking brake as GSX is requesting, and we can go ahead and kill the APU now. We'll also go ahead and turn on our packs now so our passengers don't get too hot, and we'll reset the isolation valve, and we'll go ahead and turn on our probe heat. Alright, so everything looks hunky-dory to me. Center tank is about to burn off any minute now, so we'll be prepared for that when it happens. But for right now, we'll let it kind of let it do its thing. So he is pretty much out of our way. We're going to be heading up here to Bravo, which is right in front of us, and we're going to be making a left. So let me zoom in just a little bit. Let me reset my view actually. Alright. So let's go ahead and turn on our taxi light. We'll put our engines to continuous. What we're going to do is also set our takeoff flaps to 5 now. We're going to go ahead and check our flight controls real quickly. And we'll get on our way. So full left, full right, elevator back, elevator forward, and our rudder nice and slow so we don't rock the airplane too much and make our customers uncomfortable. Alright, looks good to go. So we'll go ahead and close up that, and looks like we're good to go. So let's go ahead and get our taxi going. Absolutely beautiful airport, I'll tell you what. Airports just keep on getting better and better. I think that this is definitely a prime time to be in flight simulation. Got some nice little CRJs over there, some Dash 8s. This is Bravo right in front of us, so just gonna make our way onto Bravo and head straight back. Some traffic landing right there. It's like it's an Alaska 737. Very nice. Uh-oh, what is this? What are you doing on my taxiway, buddy? What are you doing on my taxiway, buddy? This guy playing Mexican standoff with me? Whatever. Going right through him. YOLO. Another reason I semi-hate AI traffic. It looks so pretty, but sometimes it's just a nightmare to deal with. Air, a nice little cargo aircraft over there. What's that? What plane is that? Is this called North American? Oh. Too familiar with that carrier. I'm assuming it's a cargo carrier. But, pretty cool. I see our caution light on down here. Probably means that the fuel is run dry in the center tank, so we'll turn that off now. Alright, well, we're going to be in a little bit of a wait here. Looks like we're number 5 to take the runway. So I'll go ahead and see you guys when we're a little bit further up the queue. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, so here we are. We just had a little Dash 8 that took off. And it looks like this Airbus, United Airbus, is on its way to taxi into position. So we're going to go ahead and call the tower and ask for our takeoff clearance. Kind of cool that little Airbus has a looks like a SATCOM in the back. That's a 320. I don't know why Airbus is all that well. Be able to identify it as AI. 295 is the dash that I told you just took off. We're gonna go ahead and acknowledge holding short here. It looks like aircraft are landing 3-4 left. So we have this runway all to departures, which is good for us. Let's watch him go. Alright, and let's go ahead and get ourselves into position here so that we can take off. So we'll go ahead and switch on over to strobes here. We'll go ahead and put on our logo, our runway turn-off lights. We are set to continuous on our engine starters. And it's like we are free of traffic. Our TO is set, flaps are set. We'll set the runway heading of 340 and go ahead and turn on our TCAS. And our TCAS here as well. Should have done that while I was holding short, but I was sitting there twiddling my thumbs watching aircraft come and go. And no significant terrain nor weather, so we don't need to turn on our WXR or our terrain displays. Here we go. We got our takeoff clearance. Go ahead and throw our landing lights on. And let's go ahead and throttle up to 40. And 1. All throttles armed. Things look stable at 40. Once again, we are rotating at 144. Oh, no way is this guy crossing the freaking runway while we're taking off. Jesus.
V1, rotate.
And rotate.
V2.
Positive rate. Wouldn't bring gear up. The nose up some more. And we'll acknowledge that we're a call over to them, but we're not. A little bit of fighting from the wind. We'll turn on LNAV, VNAV, go ahead and engage the autopilot. Flaps coming to 1. And we're going to take flaps all the way up. Alright, so coming up to 3,000 feet, we'll go ahead and clean up the aircraft. So wait for the flaps to exit their transit. Landing gear off. Auto brake comes to off. We can turn off our runway turn-off lights and our taxi lights. Engines can come back to off. And we will take off the retractable landing lights. up our turn here.
Contact ground on 1217. 1217, left 313. Going 120.1, Alaska 32.
Beautiful Seattle down there. Alright, well, things look very, very steady through the turn. As soon as we straighten out, go ahead and take off the fasten seatbelt signs and continue on our merry little way here. So we're approaching 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and take off our landing lights altogether. Go ahead and set our lights back to steady, take off our logo light, and see where we are against our turn here. Turn's pretty much straightened out, so we'll go ahead and turn off our fasten seatbelt signs. Let the cabin attendants know. And temperatures are still good, so we don't need anti-ice. And we'll go ahead and continue our cruise on out. And as we're heading on out, we'll get a nice view of Mount Rainier right there off in the distance as we depart Seattle and make our way on over to KSFO. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. Alright, so we've been flying for some time now, and we're going to go ahead and start programming our approach here. As you can see, I have my map set to 80 miles, and you can see that our flight plan without our star programmed top of descent is already coming up. So let's go ahead and start programming our approach. So first of all, let's listen to weather down there.
Kilo, Sierra, Foxtrot, Oscar, airport information, Juliet 0756, Zulu, weather, wind 267 at 14, visibility 10, sky condition, ceiling 1,300, broken, temperature 13, dew point 10, altimeter 2996. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Juliet, Kilo, Sierra, Foxtrot, Oscar, airport information, Juliet 0756, Zulu, weather, wind 267 at 14, visibility 10, sky condition.
Alright, so it sounds like the winds are coming directly out of the west. So let's look at our flight plan again here and see how it has us approaching. Oops. There we go. Alright, so it has us landing on runway 28, which is pretty much dead on according to the winds. And let's go ahead and program our approach here. So look at that one more time. 28 right, okay. Let's go ahead and look at our arrival here. So 28 right, we'll take the ILS, and we are going to look to take the SEPIN maximal. So I actually do not see. I guess it'd be Dumba then. So we'll go ahead and yep, so let's go ahead and take the Dumba transition, and we'll look at our map to figure out how to get to our Dumba transition. So let's go ahead and pull up KSFO here. SFO. There we go. Alright. So we'll look at our star for let's look at our stars coming from the north. We want to get over to Dumba. So as we look at our stars coming out of the north, let me open back up the FMC here. So it looks like we have the option to probably take I guess we can take I think that shoot for so I think that we'll shoot for Point Reyes, and then transfer on over to our Dumba approach. So if we look at ILS for 28 right, you can see that Dumba's here. So we'll take Point Reyes over to Dumba. Then let's take a look at what that looks like on our plan here. So if we step, you can see, zoom in. Looks like we should probably look to take Etchy right to right on in. So we'll take Etchy to Dumba. That should clean things up for us. So let's clean all this stuff up. So cool, that cleans things up for us. So pretty much just gonna take Etchy right into Dumba, and should be good to go. So we'll go ahead and get our approach one more time. It looks like we'd want to enter Dumba pretty much at 3,000. So we'll go ahead and program that. Obviously without ATC here to help us, it's a little bit tricky, but this should get us down on the ground. Then we'll go ahead and tune our ILS frequencies now, so be at 111.7. Alright, and then our course is going to be 284. Just going to cross-reference that to our chart. So 1.7 and 284. And we'll also look at for minimums. Will be C. Set minimums for 4. Age is 0 because we shouldn't have to do a CAT approach because weather should be good. Visibility sounded good down there. So we'll set minimums for 480. Let's get on over here. Radio altimeter. I'll set it for 480. Good to me. Alright, so everything pretty much checks out. We'll go ahead and set our approach reference speeds a little bit closer down, and we have now started our descent. So I will see you guys when we're a little bit closer to actually getting into our approach. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Alright, so we just broke 10,000 feet, so we're going to go ahead and set ourselves up for approach here. First of all, we'll go ahead and switch our engines on to continuous, and we'll go ahead and get our passengers buckled up back there. And then also we'll go ahead and turn on our strobes again, along with our runway turnoffs, and we'll go ahead and put on our landing lights that are fixed. We'll wait for the retractables. We put those on down. We'll go ahead and close up our range here. We'll also go ahead and turn on our terrain, just because San Francisco has a little bit of rough terrain around it. But we're very, very close to heading onto our final approach here. Listen to ATIS one more time. Let's make sure
Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar Airport information. Echo 0756 Zulu. Weather wind 267 at 14. Visibility 10. Sky condition ceiling 1,300. Broken temperature 132.10. Altimeter 2996. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Echo Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar Airport information. Echo 0756 Zulu. Weather.
Alright, so it looks like altimeter is 2996. Right, and we'll do is we'll also switch over the first officer side to approach mode so that we can see when the localizer comes online. And we'll go ahead and set our reference speed to 148 with flaps 30. As we give ourselves a little bit of room for the wind that'll be down there in that area. You guys can see the beautiful San Francisco Bay here to our left. This is Orbix, Northern California. It's extremely, extremely detailed. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to try to,
Horizon Air 2370, contact northbound departure on 120.1. FedEx 3.
Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar Airport.
you know, we'll leave it. We'll leave ATC off for our approach. Alright, let's go ahead and set auto brakes to 2. It's a nice long runway down there at KSFO, so we'll have plenty of room. And let's get ready for our turn now. Once we are established on the final, we pass SEPN, we'll go ahead and put on our retractable lights. And we'll fully configure ourselves for approach. Absolutely beautiful bay. We'll go ahead and give ourselves flaps. We'll go with flaps 2 for right now. And we'll give ourselves some drag. Go ahead and go flaps 5. We'll go ahead and take the spoilers off for right now. We will arm them. And as soon as we complete our turn here, we'll go ahead and on our localizer hold. I was manually managing descent, as you guys could see there. But now that we're established, because we had to bleed off some speed, so I had to get a little bit creative on approach. But now that we're here, we're pretty much good to go. So we'll wait for our localizer to come alive once more. We'll be at 3,000 by the time we get to SEPN. Then we should be good to go. Set our heading to 318. Looks like the localizer is back alive again, so we'll go ahead and engage the localizer. A little bit cloudy. We'll go ahead and turn on our landing lights now, and because it's a little bit cloudy, we'll go ahead and turn on our logo lights as well. Clear that drag required notification, and then we'll go ahead and give ourselves flaps 10. We will wait for our glide slope to get captured. We'll arm it. let's go ahead and arm our glide slope here. And look at what our, for 28 right, make sure we have our go around altitude set correctly, which it looks like it's 3,000, so we'll be able to keep it at 3,000. And great, we have our glide slope alive. Go ahead and keep ourselves at 168 actually. We will engage the other autopilot since our glide slope's alive. And the airport is approaching 5 nautical miles out, so we'll go ahead and bring ourselves down to 160. Give ourselves another notch of flaps there down to 15. I'll go ahead and deploy the gear. Alright, everything looks good to me for approach. Auto brakes, speed brakes are armed, lights are on, and we are captured on the glide slope. We're going to bring ourselves down to VREF +5, which will be 153. And we'll give ourselves another notch of flaps down to flaps 25. And we want to be at flaps 30 for landing, so we're at 156 now. Should be good to go down to flaps 30. Alright, and let's go ahead and manually land her. Go ahead and disengage the autopilot. Also go ahead and disengage the auto throttle. And we'll manage ourselves right on down. Wind is pushing us a little bit to the right, so we just got to compensate for that. Looks like the runway's ours. There's somebody on the runway right now, but by the time we get down there, I think the runway should be ours. Should be right at our ref speed. Alright. Looks good to me. And reversers are engaged. We are at pretty much 60 knots right there. And go ahead and turn off our next taxiway here. Go ahead and pull our flaps up. We'll turn off here on Echo. Alright, and then we'll hold here on Echo, just so we can call for ground. We'll figure out which gate they're going to taxi us to. And then we'll also go ahead and configure the aircraft now that we've landed. So go ahead and take off our landing lights. We'll keep our logo on. We'll turn off our strobe. We'll turn off our engines from continuous ignition. Go ahead and turn on our APU. And then we'll make sure that our spoilers are stowed, our auto brakes are off, and our flaps are up, which they are. So let's go ahead and call to ground.
San Francisco ground, United 739er taxi to the gate. United 739er taxi to gate 31 using taxiway Alpha, Foxtrot Alpha.
So we're going to taxi to gate 1 using Alpha Foxtrot Alpha.
Gate 31 via taxiway Alpha, Foxtrot.
I'm sorry, 3-1.
United 739er.
3-1. So let's take a quick look at, I think it should be AFC. And where 3-1 is, I see Alpha over there, just to our nose. Nope, that's not it. AGC. So I see Alpha there. Once again, we're here off of Foxtrot, landing runway 28 right. So we turned. Sorry, Echo. So there's Echo. Looks like there's Alpha. And got us going Alpha Foxtrot Alpha. So Alpha. Across Foxtrot and then back to Alpha. And then let's see if we can find where 3-1 is exactly. So it looks like 3-1 is right here. So alright, we're gonna go ahead and take Alpha. Because right now we're on Echo, we're gonna go straight up to Alpha, make a left on Alpha and follow it straight down. Once we pass Golf, we expect 3-1 to be to our right. So cool, looks good to me. Go ahead and let FSX know that we will be going to 3-1, and cool. Go ahead and make our way on over. So handling's handled by United. Looks like there's anybody coming on the runway, so we should be good to go. Try to cross here as quickly as possible. Keep our logo on. I'll go ahead and put on our strobes as we cross here, just to be safe. So we're just gonna continue straight on to Alpha. We've cleared that, so we can... Alright, here we are on Alpha. Let's continue on our merry little way. The thing that we'll do now that we're here on the ground is go ahead and turn off TCAS as well. We can turn off our terrain display. Turn this back over to map. And turn off TCAS. Alright, so cruising along. Looks like that's Golf. Let's look at our map one more time here. So just past Gulf, so 3-1 will be on the other side of this terminal, I believe. Let's just take a quick gander. Yeah, there's 2-7, so yeah. 3-1's going to be right over here to our right.
United 159er 870, taxi to and hold short of runway 2 east left, using taxiway Alpha Foxtrot. Contact tower on 125.15 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 2
And it's the
taxiway Alpha Foxtrot. United 159er 870.
looks like that is other traffic. I'm not holding position for nothing. There's 3-1 right there. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn on in. 3-1. It's a little bit hard to see the line there. I think I see it though. Crud, is that the line? Sure is. Swing ourselves out just a little bit. It's gonna be a tight turn. Definitely overshot that. Let me see if I can get lined up. Might work decently lined up. This jetway's a little bit far out, but we don't have a marshaller either. But whatever, we'll just park ourselves. Let's say here. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn off our taxi lights, our runway turn off lights. We'll go ahead and turn on our APU bus. There we go. Go ahead and set our parking brake. And go ahead and turn off our engines. So here we are. So welcome to San Francisco. Our next flight will be heading on over to YSSY. So I'll see you guys there very, very shortly. So thanks so much for joining me on this flight. Hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys around. Everybody take care.